What's up, you guys? Outspeed here, and I'm super excited to finally have this editing stuff for my computer once again so I can be able to do a lot of cool reviews and maybe even some other things to come. Maybe some music videos, reaction videos, just basically anything at this point. So, to continue on this streak of Marvel films that we've been having, how about I go ahead and review the big Merc with the mouth himself? So before I do that, make sure you press that like and subscribe button, and also be able to press that bell on the side of the subscribe button because YouTube's acting really weird as of late. So now people can't see the content that some content creators put out. So make sure to press that bell so that you'll know exactly what comes out so you won't miss a thing. You know, if you're really interested in all that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here is my review of Marvel's Deadpool 2.
Bring it on, One-Eyed Willie.
Ooh! Yeah! Your bullets, they're really fast.
So, I'm just gonna be real here when I say I actually did not like Deadpool 1. Yeah, get it all out there, whatever. But listen though, the reason I didn't particularly enjoy Deadpool 1 wasn't so much because it was a bad film by any means. In fact, most of the reason I had a bad time with it was because it was more or less my fault. See, I made the mistake of watching every trailer of Deadpool 1, including clips from the movie itself. I had already just laughed out all the jokes that it had, and you know, watching it again was just lukewarm on the big screen. Again, it was all my fault. But with that, I also didn't really think it was all that from the beginning. The action scenes were alright at best, the general story felt meh, and I just wasn't super invested in it. If I had to really nail it down, when I was told of a Deadpool movie, I expected the same wacky stuff that I would usually get from the comics, but instead it was a little bit lackluster.
I'm touching myself.
That is until Deadpool 2 came out, of course. And well, you know, I'm gonna just let the review speak for itself. The story for Deadpool 2 is about as simple and yet not so simple as you can get. A man from the future named Cable has traveled to the past in the hopes of killing Russell Collins, aka Fire Fist, for what he could do with his mutant fire powers in the future. Deadpool has decided to make it his mission to save this kid's ass with his own dick-kicking team of mutant interns from Lincoln to take on Cable's murder boner. Easy, right?
Wrong!
Because this film isn't just about explosions, guns, and cameo characters who could carry their own films, but it's also about family. And this family is anything but normal. I actually like Deadpool 2's story more than Deadpool 1. It feels a little wackier, but there are some genuine tender moments that really surprise you. Now, I could say that each and every character had their time to shine, but technically I'd be lying at that point. So, I'm gonna focus on the bigger characters in this film. What better way to start off than the Big Show himself, Green Lantern? Oh, wait, shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to write that. Sorry, I wrote that wrong. Wait a minute, let me see. Oh, here we go, there we go. Deadpool, yeah, that's his name. So, Deadpool in this film has taken his comedy and ass-kicking action to a whole other level. I mean, he's still the Merc with the mouth and has a slew of style and flair to him. But with this film, it's not just about the big fight scenes and fourth wall breaking. In this film, Wade is met with a new feeling, emotions to overcome, and a sense of a new purpose in life after the events that happened in the first half of the film. Now, I know in the first movie there are feels as well, but with Deadpool 2, it feels more personal, and therefore more grounded when it needs to be. Of course, there are other heroes to talk about. There's Domino, the woman of luck who uses it to her advantage. I was actually surprised they used the actress Zazie Beetz, I think that's how you pronounce her name, to play Domino, because we were all expecting a white woman with painted white skin. However, I'm obviously not mad. A black actress getting a shot at playing a comic book female hero and doing a good job while she's at it? is always welcome. Of course, there are other characters like Colossus, Negasonic, her girlfriend Yukiko, who is also a character in the Wolverine, but due to that big-ass time ship in Days of Future Past, there's two different ones now, and the X-Force... Oh, and the X-Force, who were also, well, present. I won't go too much into detail as to what happens to the X-Force for reasons. That will come later in the con section. Russell Collins was probably one of the biggest highlights of this movie. A raging youth with a hot head to match his fire hands and a hilarious tough guy attitude to match made him a hit with me. Plus, he does grow up to be a cooler mutant. Hey, at least he doesn't wear the tights like the comics. That's already a plus in my opinion. And then there's Juggernaut, who is just, well, Juggernaut. The villain in this movie is debatable. Not in character, but just who the real bad guy is. We're all told it's Cable, but it goes a little deeper than that. But you'll have to see the movie to know what I mean. I don't want to spoil everything in this review. Anyway, Cable is awesome. Josh Brolin once again nails this troubled villain role very well. I've seen some people compare him to Thanos, but there's a few differences. I think there are key differences to them that I could go more into depth with, but that'll probably take up a lot of room for this review and the time that I have for it. For now, I'm just gonna say he's an awesome villain and pretty much leave it at that. The cons of this film for me are only two things actually. Two things that I felt were important to mention. Now warning, this is where I get into spoiler territory, so you've been warned. So, the first thing was the X-Force and all of them just dying without even showing much of their powers. All of them were killed off for the sake of a gag that involved not jumping out of a helicopter right if the winds don't look safe. Obviously, Deadpool didn't listen, and the result? Everyone dies. That's it. They all just die, and we go on with this film with just Deadpool, Domino, and a few of the X-Men that Fox could afford. Now, the second thing is actually an element that I didn't think about, and it's time travel. Honestly, this is one of the more minor cons, but it came near the end when Deadpool sacrificed himself, is reunited with his girl in the afterlife, and then Cable pulls a Deus Ex Machina and rewinds time to save Deadpool's life. For that moment, it felt like something that was shoehorned in to make us care at first. Then it was like, ha ha, we got you good. Keep in mind that the time machine is a one-way trip forward and back. Cable was going to use it to travel back in time, then travel forward, and that would be it. However, he used it for Wade, and now he's stuck in the past. That is until Negasonic and Yukiko just fix it, and now he can go back and forth whenever he wants. So Cable's sacrifice was really for nothing, and it didn't really mean shit. Wow, at least Deadpool used it for a good cause. Or the closest thing to a good cause in his case. All in all, the final verdict of Deadpool 2 is that it's a wacky, action-packed, gory, silly, heartwarming thrill ride of a film that really pulls no punches in dragging you by the ass hairs and showing you what it can do. We certainly see how far it's gone with its advertising, so to have the film match in its tone is a treat for me since Deadpool 1 didn't really feel as large. The score for this one is honestly higher than Infinity War. I know, weird right? That Deadpool 2 would actually score higher for me than Infinity War. It's an actual 9 out of 10. I actually loved this more than the first film. It expands further into the hilarity that is the Deadpool comics, which I was feeling was severely lacking in the first film. The time travel and reference to other mediums, including DC, which were actually funny and not just low-brow shots that the Marvel comics have been doing as of late for some weird reason. But that aside, Deadpool 2 delivers on pretty much most of its fronts, and I was glad to have gone in to see it. Also, can we get a shout out for Celine Dion for actually singing a song for the film? Wow! Deadpool did that. Link to the music video is in the description. You owe it to yourself to see it. And with that, guys, that concludes this video. Thank you guys for watching. Now, I want to hear from you. What did you think of Deadpool 2? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comment section below, and subscribe for more videos to come and more reviews to share. Also, be sure to check out this podcast that I'm part of. I'll link you guys in the description. So thank you guys, and I will see you soon.